Hi, my name is Kelly Cheatham. I'm a digital learning specialist for Fort Worth ISD. This video is part of a series of videos about how to facilitate student collaboration in a virtual teaching environment. In this particular video, we're going to talk about facilitating that collaboration using the main G Suite applications. So slides, docs, sheets, and then also drawings, because that will work very similarly. So the really cool thing about all of the Google applications is that we can share out our work with colleagues or peers, and we can be working together on that particular file at the same exact time. So right now I have a Google slide open and I have shared it with a student, and I'm going to kind of show you what this would look like so that you can see how the student is collaborating with me. So we're going to pretend like this is an entire slide about dogs. And so on my end, I can go ahead and start editing this slide. So I can go ahead and type in my text box here. Oops. Okay. Now, let's say that I am in charge of listing the reasons, but my peer or my colleague is in charge of adding some images to go with them. So I can go ahead and allow him to start inputting those images. So on his end, he's going to go ahead and he's going to insert an image. And we're going to choose this. There's an adorable puppy. So he has just inserted this image on his end, and you'll notice that it immediately pops up on my end. And I see this little outline around it that tells me that somebody else has added that. And when I hover over it, his name will pop up in the corner there. So he can be adding these images and I can be typing at the same time. Now, I can also communicate with him if I have some ideas that I'd like him to use when he's looking for pictures. I can go ahead and I can communicate either by typing right on the slide. And he'll be able to see that on his end immediately. Or I can also use the comment feature. And this comment feature is something that is common across the main G Suite applications. So the ones that we're talking about today are docs, slides, sheets, and drawings. And so he can come up to this little comment button. It's a little speech bubble with the plus button. And when he clicks on that, or I click on that, I'm able to go ahead and add this comment. So I'm going to say that same thing that I did in my text box. As soon as I press comment, on his end, he sees that same comment pop up on the side, and he can come in now and he can respond to that. And you'll notice that as I click reply on his end, it will pop up on my end. And so we can have an entire conversation here in the comments. And then when we are ready to submit this, we can go ahead and just click on the check button to get rid of them so that they're not part of my final product. And now they're gone. Now, to find a record of all of the comments that were made in this session, up at the top of my screen, I have the little speech bubble again, but it has the lines in it. This is my comment history, and I can go ahead and open this up and I can see all of the comments that we made on this particular file, even the ones that have been resolved. And so that's a great way to kind of track that communication between students there. So those are some suggestions for collaborating within one of the G Suite products. And again, we can be working on it simultaneously. We can go ahead and we can actually communicate right within the doc, like I did in this text box here, or we can use the comment feature to have that conversation along the side. One final note here to share this between students. You could assign it in Google Classroom on your teacher end just to specific students, and then you'll want to select in your file sharing options on that particular assignment that students can edit the file. So if you assign it to students A, B, and C and give them that editing privilege, they will all be able to come in here and collaborate on the file. Or you can share it with one student, and that particular main student can come in now to the share button and add his peers as collaborators there. So either way, that's a great way to get some collaboration happening. In our following videos, we'll talk about some other tools that we can use for student collaboration and some other methods. If you have any question about collaborating within the G Suite apps, please reach out to me or to your digital learning specialist.